maybe the real no damage were the friends we made along the way. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. It is I. And today is yet another episode in the fruitless endeavor, which is Arkham Asylum No Damage. Now, I know that been a lot of the same stuff, and I don't know if there's anything I can change, but I do appreciate. Oh, let me move my microphone. But I do appreciate y'all being here. No, I don't think Shirtless Stranger will be here today. I know, fan favorite and all, but it's just how it is. Dude, loving the new profile pics too, Mr. Frost. But we're here. That's all that matters sometimes, you know? That's all you can do. Last time was pretty rough though, I'm not gonna lie, because we're just gliding wrong. That was literally it. Dude, what is going on with Gotham Paladin though? I know his challenge is hard, but he's better than this. I'll be straight up honest with you, like, at least I'm the seller. He should have beaten the challenge by now. And I feel bad for him, because, yeah, I saw it, dude. He gets close, but then, like, the game is so long, too. Like, it's tough. It's really hard. I'm not gonna lie, though. So, I just would have thought he would have beaten it by now. Hop step. I mean, we already knew GH was the GOAT. I'm not gonna lie, though. Bro literally got so bored with Arkham No Damage that he's like, I'm gonna do something way harder, and is doing Spider-Man. That is absurd. That is a crazy thing to do right there. He's like Battle Beast. He's like, I just want a challenge, bro. It's like One Punch Man over here. He really is One Punch Man now that I think about it. He just doesn't react. Also, sponsored by water. I saw! Dude, I know that the Web Blossom is such a powerful move, but I think it's too risky. And I think you found that out pretty quickly. I think the best ones you can go for is the Bulletproof one, but also just the Focus one. Because at least with Focus, you can use takedowns and just, you'll be invincible then at least. So, is what it is. Also, shout out Tucker for the... Shout out Tucker for, the logo, as always. But, yeah. I'll be what? Oh boy, what did I say? Thanks, Cody, appreciate it. What did I say, Mr. Frost? Oh, yeah.
These old gargoyles should be able to support my weight as I grapple up.
Just gotta be a little bit more careful, more methodical. Do you know anyone that have beaten Catwoman's Revenge No Damage? Well, according to Dark Knight, apparently it's Batman Arkham videos. I've done it with checkpoints. And so has Batman Arkham videos. But in terms of a one-run thing, no, I don't think anyone's ever done that before. It is truly a tale of luck. There's only so much skill you can have. There's a certain threshold. You need to be good enough. But also, it really just depends on luck. That's really what it is. And so, like, you thought RNG was bad for the ending of Arkham Knight, this is like 10 times worse. Because the truth is about a combat such like Arkham, it is animation based. And when you don't have control over which animation you're gonna do, and even like, you know, you don't even have control sometimes over what enemy target. Very unpredictable. But at the same time, you kind of have to be super fast. That's the only way in theory you're gonna do it. That creates a combination where it's purely dependent on luck. We're watching Invincible, and yeah. Invincible Season 1 was such a fun show for me. It's still one of my favorite seasons of TV ever. I love the next few seasons, but Season 1 is special for me, so. But yeah, how's everyone doing?
What is that stuff? Joker toxin. Listen, the room is full of poison gas.
Also, real quick, rest in peace. This stream is gonna be in honor of Val Kilmer. He passed away yesterday, actually. So Just wanted to say that if we could beat it, in honor of that dude, because, you know, he's not a Batman that most people think of, but I think he's my dad's favorite Batman. My dad always mentioned him. Like, when he thinks Batman actors, he's the first one that comes to mind. And he might not be everyone's favorite, but he's special to a lot of different people, you know? And I think that just goes to show. I mean, while he's special to me, he played Moses in The Prince of Egypt. And that is one of my favorite animated films of all time. So, to be able to give, you know, an authentic voice to that character, I think is something that a lot of people don't realize. That's him. That's his voice. So, yeah, this stream is going to be sort of in honor of him because he passed away. And, yeah. So I'm going to write that down in the chat. Also, someone else is currently using my mouse, so I'm having to use the touchpad on my laptop. It's kind of funny. I've not seen... Yeah, you don't have time to counter evade. You just gotta spam and hope you get it. Oh. And then throw on the other stuff in the way, like the stealth and the combat. And the mental battle is also just its own thing. Nice. I really don't want him to run to electricity because it just wastes time. Nice. Oh, sorry, Valentine. Hate to break it to you.
Batman, I'm over here.
Quick, get in here before more of them come. They came out of nowhere.
You're sending into the Shadow Realm. Dude, it's so bad, bro. It's your worst enemy because it relies the least amount on skill. See? It's just how it is.
You're expecting maybe Two-Face?
There's no escape, Joker.
Silly bat. I don't want to escape. I'm having way too much fun. I even have you here to keep a smile on my face.
Not for long.
Really? We'll see. Ta-ta. Oh, I forgot to say. Just
Here's
in
what I'm gonna
case
do,
you
wait.
were planning on following me, I've arranged a little insurance. Gordon is on his way to Harley as we speak.
Officer Bowles.
The transport system.
So I sold in the gardens. It was stealth, and I was gliding, and I missed like a balcony. And for some reason, I see the guy in front of me, and I decide to yoink him out down with a backlaw. But that gave away my position to someone behind me who I didn't see, and they shot me. So, in retrospect, I should have just grappled away. But, that's what happened last time. Good run. Solid B tier run, but could have been better. So, we're hoping to, you know, make some history tonight, as it were. I won't be the first person to do this, or the second, or the third. I'd be the fourth person. But, still, that's some pretty cool company, I'm not gonna lie. I do have 7 million views total. That's correct. And it's 7 million more than I ever thought I'd get, so thank y'all so much for that.
Oracle, I'm at the whole...
I wonder how many total views of live streams I have. Because not a lot of the live streams have views, but the amount of live streams I do have is a lot. So they kind of adds up, you know?
Oracle.
You think... Do I think GP is washed? No, I don't. I think he's a very busy guy, and I think the challenge he picked is very hard. I'm all surprised he hasn't beaten it by now, but I don't think he's washed yet. If he reaches 100 cells, I will say he's washed.
And reveal the trail.
Top 5, top 5, top 5. Yes, sir! Top 5, exactly. I'm like, wait, what does he mean by that? But then I realized. Oh, dear. Whew, I thought I missed it. Tucker, thanks again for the logo, bro. I think I'm going to use it every single live stream, so shout out to Tucker. The real question is, do I use it in YouTube videos? I might have to. Depends on the copyright structure and all that, but I have to. Did you do normal? No, I have not. I'm not doing normal. I'm skipping and going straight to the big boy. Because I did easy. Easy took me too long. It's like 91 attempts. That's 91 attempts longer than it should have. But with that being said, also, I don't know if you've seen the background. We got birthday balloons, courtesy of my parents. A big 2-0 for my birthday. Yeah, 5 months is a little absurd. I am not gonna lie. And in terms of the game, it's been over a year, which is bad. I need to play something else soon. So, yeah. The fact that Arkham City is now a breath of fresh air is something I would have never expected to say, because Arkham City I spent so much time on, you know? But the fact that, like, we have taken a long enough break from City and now Asylum is the new thing. Yeah, dude, I could probably beat it first try on easy. I'll bet you I could. Boink. Oh, frick. Nice. Yeah. So, I can explain, and the first one is, I'm an idiot. The second thing is, I thought that I was going to take out the other dude, and, I thought I was going to take out the other dude, but instead I took him out, like, with the punch, so I just ground took out the long guy, so I just literally just went too fast there, and I'm an idiot. So, you know what that means. It's not an excuse, it is literally just breaking down why I'm an idiot. It's literally it. So, yeah. I don't know why I waste y'all's I don't know why I waste y'all's time with such fruitless endeavors, but imagine you less chess by being punched in the... Sell less, you mean? Yeah, exactly. We're getting rid of the...
This party started. Ladies and maniacs.
Isn't that what chess boxing is? Note to self, don't use ground takedowns unless you're absolutely sure. Yeah, I'm an idiot.
With a combined sentence of 752 years. Ding, 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 ding. Round 2. Sorry, lass. Gotta run. I got less to go. You
It sounds good, Cody. Still, though, I really do need to lock in.
I'll find
Like,
a way out.
you guys have way more important things to do than watch me sell. So early, anyways. I think I'm just destined to be at 50% reach Scarecrow 1, 50% sell early. The fact that I'm still doing so is kind of inexcusable. The problem there, I just was like so focused on just getting there as fast as possible. I need to slow down and just invest in a single run. I think GP will sell more or less than JH on Spider-Man 2. Hot take. I think it's gonna take Gotham Paladin more cells in Arkham Origins than it will JH and Spider-Man. I do not think JH will have 80 plus cells. I think he'll have less.
Of course it is.
So,
Everywhere that
I'm not built for this JH, okay?
death is sure to follow.
Did you win, Tucker? The one positive about selling early. Doesn't take too long to get back to where we were.
Oracle, can you hear me?
let him go. You'll only end up in more trouble if you continue.
These old gargoyles should be able to support my weight as I grapple up. Zaz is down, but not for long.
Someone put this animal back in his cell.
Devastating. How?
Can you hear me? Is this thing Batman, you picking this up? Or it's
Try the radio. Control should be able to shut down the gate.
Harley thinks she has me trapped in this chamber. She never was very bright.
Batman, I'm patching you into the guard radio feed.
Steve, more Blackgate prisoners. By the boiler. Who's that behind them? Oh my god, it's Joker. He's free! How'd he break out?
Sorry, feed's down. Comms are up and down like crazy. It's not good. I'll keep trying.
Well, that's the thing. It's not really. It's only when I go super far, and I don't do that nearly enough. I can't say every cell's a learning moment. Not really, but...
What is that stuff?
Joker toxin. Listen, the room is
Is the
full
quality
of
okay for you
gas.
guys?
Anyone caught in there is dead.
Like the resolution and all that? Yo, you have more views than Kanor. What? That's cap. I'm calling cap on that. No, that's not true.
This isn't a
I'm calling cap.
escape.
He has way more views than me, bro. His shorts do a lot better. He has more videos. That's cap.
Batman's here.
There's no way. There's no way. Show me the numbers. There's no way. I'm about to say, he's got like 20 million something. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what he's talking about. What's up, Sir Saladus? How you doing? Alright, almost back to where we were. But not quite. I've been selling a lot of Joker, as a matter of fact. The positive side is I have completed an I Am the Night run of this game. So that's cool. I guess if you want to be technical about it. Dude, no way I would have fallen for it, bro. Yeah, it's really just Groundhog Day. Yep, that should do it.
I'm over here.
No, I don't think. I think he'll get anywhere from 50 to 70. That's my prediction. I've locked it in.
It came out of nowhere. Okay.
Having a little trouble up there?
Joker.
You were expecting maybe Two-Face?
10,000 times? Wasn't it like 10 years? So if you do the math, that's about 3,650 days. So I guess that means it would be 30? 20 to 30 years? That's a very long time.
I've arranged a little insurance. Gordon is on his way to Harley as we speak.
Officer Bowles.
I mean, that's the thing. Spider-Man has a lot of like story moments too. But how did I sell?
I should go back to the holding
I
cells.
did a
Bowles
ground
wasn't too
takedown,
smart.
and there was an
He'll
enemy
have
right
left
there.
a trail.
We're almost back though, so it's okay.
What's happening? Okay.
It's a very long game. It's like that AI generated Batman comic, which was like, you drink water, I drink anarchy. Like, I drink bats just like a bat would. And it goes, Batman looks around for his parents, but they are still dead. That makes him have anger. We'll be back in this room, but for the ending.
Oracle, I'm at the whole. Bowles dropped his glass.
Here's what I always wondered, like, how do game developers come up with the order of missions? You know what I'm saying? Like the structure of what you have to do in which order. Do they have like main missions and then they put mini missions in there? It's such a fascinating thing, especially once you get to like the bigger games, you know? How do you know how long your game's gonna be?
What the hell happened?
I think that's my worst attribute, is I am unable to learn and grow. The frick is that? What the heck? What even was that? Brother, just... Thank you. That's low-key kind of crazy. I think Assassin's Creed Valhalla didn't know it was going to be that long. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like something like this game, do they say, okay, intensive treatment, then medical facility, then Batcave, then mansion, then penitentiary, then gardens, then back to mansion, then intensive treatment again, then scarecrow, then sewers, then Ivy, then ending? Like, do they do that, or do they just go, we rescue Gordon, and then we go to the Batcave, and then we follow the trail, and then, like, I don't know. I don't know what the process is, but it's very fascinating to me. I've never been good at thinking of what is it that makes interesting pacing, you know? Like, and then what happens sort of thing. I don't know what that is and how people do that in shows, movies, anything. I'm like, you got nothing, bro. I don't know. Structure is something I've never been good at in terms of telling a story. Unless it's just in order. Okay, take two. Alright, we can do a great drawn takedown there. Yep. But we're not going to do any more after that. Get over him. Get him. Good. Evade. Perfect. Back around. Get him, honestly. Back around. Perfect. Evade. Attack. Counter. Good. Attack. Attack again. And again. And again. And again. Ground takedown. Perfect. Discombobulates. Oh yeah. Twitch 2 games will be $90! What are they doing? That's gotta be a rumor though, right? I'm sorry. It's the Switch 2. You're talking about technology that's a generation behind, and you're charging us $90? GTA 6 hasn't even come out yet. This is getting bad to go. Is that actually true? Is it? Yeah, I mean, PlayStation, it's there. I mean, they tried pushing it with like $70 when back in the day it was $60. It's always gotten more expensive. But $90 for Nintendo Switch, might I add. I'm sorry, you're not that special. You're not that technology impressive. The best part about you is that you're mobile. But that's not worth $90 freaking. I'm sorry. But I guess they can do whatever they want because they don't have competition. You know? They're going to hold on to the exclusives for forever. They're never going to give that up. And they're just going to keep selling consoles that are going to sell hundreds of millions of copies. You know? That's just how it is. I don't want Xbox to stop making consoles because otherwise Sony will become greedy. Like, I can't, bro. Yeah, tell me about it, bro.
I sent a few more of my boys your way.
I'll have to come back and search this area once I clear the room.
I had a thought. There's a lot of stuff on the ground in my room right now. So if I somehow win it tonight and I start running around, I will most likely trip and fall out of pure happiness. Or I might just sit back and cry. I still don't know what my reaction is going to be, and I don't want to force anything. I just want it to be authentic. But I genuinely, I don't want it to be something that's like planned out or staged, you know? Because the thing about the Arkham City one is I didn't film my reaction. When I was making the video, I just set up my microphone and just started yelling a bunch, and then put that sound over it to give the ending a sense of like, oh well, he did it, you know. But that wasn't my genuine reaction. That was just a little extra to add some context. Go clean your. It's not that bad, okay? It is not that bad. My room is not that bad. I remember back in the 50s, you could get a McDonald's meal for 50 cents. Brother, you're not that old. So though, are you talking about the McDonald's movie, bro? He's like, he orders like so much food, and it's like, oh yeah, it's $1.10. I'm like, gosh, that sounds amazing. Remember when Burger King was doing the 2 for $6, and it was 2 Whoppers for $6? Man, that was cool. Now you get 1 Whopper for $6 and 99 cents. The founder is so goated. I've seen clips. Will you watch the Minecraft movie? Probably eventually. I don't know when. I want to be picky about what movies to see in theaters. You know? Because I saw Despicable Me 4 with a bunch of people. I'm like, I don't know if this is it, man. The older I get, the more I realize that my parents are actually very wise. And that I was very grateful that we did not get McDonald's every single day. So. I mean, the reaction to the movie's been basically positive, so that's good.
It was a massacre.
I keep reaching for my mouse, but it's not there because someone else is using it. Sonic's 50-cent corn dogs. Hold up. Hold up. Oh yeah, the Superman preview? Honestly, I'm sold on the movie, so the less I know, the better, I feel like. You know? Like, I'm gonna watch the movie. Oh, also, I heard there's another name circling around in terms of the Batman cast for the DCU. It's a guy who was in It Ends With Us. Apparently, a lot of people want him to be it. I could see it happen. I had the foot-long hot dog in at Sonic. I ate that thing in like 30 seconds, I'm not gonna lie. But it was really good. Wendy's where I'm at. They have some, like, the $5 meals are pretty good, too. If you want Alan Richson, it's them, Jensen Ackles, and the other dude. Those are, like, the favorites. I'm kind of hoping it's, I don't know. I'm kind of hoping it's somebody that isn't just, like, a popular pick, but a pick that makes sense, you know? You are performing just below my Winston Duke. Who's that? Yes, that dude. Yes, who Ahmed said. That guy, I saw his name circling around. I know he wants to. That's the thing too, is like a lot of people want, like the actors who are being like casted by fans also want to do it, you know? Batman is apparently a role now that, and it's funny because if you think about back during Christian Bale's time, nobody wanted to be Batman. Because George Clooney, it wasn't his fault, it was the movies, but George Clooney did it and he was like, oh, this is a career ender, you know? Like Christian Bale was getting laughed at because he's like, oh yeah, we're gonna do a serious Batman. And they did, and now he's cool. Even after, and it's mostly Robert Pattinson's fault at this point, and Matt Reeves, because Batman was like, Ben Affleck, I think, did he for Batman, that's crazy. Oh frick! Why are you punching so slow, and why didn't I counter there? Don't know. Whee! Around and around we go. Okay, who's left? Nice. Cool, cool. A little close. Do you watch Batman in a chair streams? You mean Batman in a wheelchair? 'Cause those are funny. Rachel Zegler as Batman. Nah, give me Chris Pratt and Jack Black as the
Looks like there was
Joker.
a scuffle. I need to
Timothy
search the
Chalamet.
area around
There we
the
go. There we go.
Batmobile.
Tom Holland. Tom Holland for Batman? Question mark.
Where's Agent Gordon?
He's old enough to have Damien, right?
Trail in the crime scene around the Batmobile that'll lead to Gordon.
Hear me out. Dave Bautista for Batman. Vigil for Batman. Brother, do you see how skinny I am? Look at this. This doesn't even do justice. Look. I am a string bean, alright? Batman is like buff. I make Robert Pattinson look like Jack Reacher. I'm sorry. I'd be the absolute worst cast for Batman ever. Maybe if I could be like little Bruce Wayne, you know? I could even do the voice for you. $100,001 or whatever he does in Gotham. $1 million sold to Mr. Bruce Wayne. Oh, he's rich. Wow, incredible. Here's the thing, though. What I like with what they do with Bruce Wayne, generally, is I like it when they sort of make him a depressed kid who is a shell of his former self, because it shows that he hasn't truly gotten over his parents' death. I want it to be this sort of, like, he's not, like, super secluded, but he is someone who just doesn't have a lot of friends. Maybe he grows up with Harvey. I like that. That's a cool angle. But and maybe he grows up with Thomas Elliot and they drift apart. But in general, he stays to himself. And it isn't until he finds a way to take that motivation and turn to training, you know? So, I feel like that, to me, I don't know. I think Gotham Bruce Wayne is an interesting idea, but I don't think I'd want that to be the way they do it, you know? The
Why does he need
frick?
the doctors? I've got to save them.
Arkham Batman live action adaptation. I don't think we need to do that. I don't think we need to do that. Because it's not going to do anything. It's going to pale in comparison. It's not going to be as good. Like, you're literally saying, oh, can we take the most iconic voices of Batman and put them in live action? And Joker. Like, no, I'm sorry. I feel like also Arkham Knight would be kind of tricky because you have all the Joker hallucinations. And it's like, how would you do that in a movie? It works in game. I don't know if it works as well in a movie. I'd want another Batman game with the Arkham gameplay. But I want them to tweak it so there's no Batmobile. There's Batmobile, but it's only for transportation. I'd want them to make Gotham City very ambitious. I want them to take 5 years to make the game. And I want it to be in a completely new universe. Because I think in the current timeline, all that's really left is for Camouflage to do what they want to do. Let them do what they want to do. Just make the Batman game in a new universe. So, Troy Baker, I think he could do it. I think he could. The more I think about it, the thing is, his Joker, right, is the type where a smile is like strained and not your natural facial position. And that's most Jokers, actually, the more I think about it, right? Like, even when he laughs, you can see the strain on his face, okay? That can work. Except that the voice that we've seen, generally speaking, just has a smile by default. So he would have to, and I think he could do this, but he would have to sort of adjust his performance to make sure that the face matches the voice. I don't know if that makes any sense. You think Cal Kestis makes a good Joker? I haven't really seen much, honestly, but... But I think Troy Baker could do a killer job, though. Spider-Verse release date, yes, 2027? Which is the same... Dude, it's the same year as Frozen 3. Let's go. Get excited, people. How's it going, I'm Oasis? Who thinks Adam Smith is gonna stop by? Does Adam Smith watch Gotham Paladin streams, too? I feel like he would have to, though. No? Have I watched Gotham Blazer? Who's that? Yes, the Flash Thompson was a great Deathstroke. It's a shame we didn't see more of him. Spider-Verse or Frozen 3? Oof, tough. I don't know. I don't know, guys. That one's pretty tough. Okay, so he was, yeah. So the lurker is a lurker, for sure. He watches everyone's streams. Dude, when was the last time Clown Puncher did? Oh yeah, the Arkham Origins, I'm blind. LeBron James is in Multiverses. Yes, I do. Dude, whatever happened to Multiverses, bro? I think nobody played it. One of the most underrated casts ever is whoever the heck voices Catwoman in the Arkham games. She has the actual perfect voice. It is crazy how perfect her voice is for the role. Did he just, like, what was the farthest he got on Arkham City No Damage? What was the farthest he went?
Batman!
Alright, let's lock him.
What the hell? Get down there, Lord. See if he can
Not again! What the frick? You threw off my groove, man. Oh, I'm sorry, but you've thrown off the Emperor's groove. There we go. Nope. Nope. We're not doing this. Not today. Okay, frick this. You. You broke the table! What a jerk. No regard for public property, bro. What an absolute buffoon. Okay. There's only 3 guys left. I don't see anybody else. Okay. Oh, we're not gonna get 50 pieces. Okay. Sold.
Don't get too full of
You watched the new
yourself,
season of
Vance.
Invincible? Yes, I did.
Just softening you up.
What are your thoughts on
Think
LeBron
of
this
as
year?
a preview.
40, how old is he?
You'll
Still amazing. I'm talking about the man on the Lakers. SJ, I don't think he's MVP. I think it's Jokic. But I understand because both of them deserve MVP, and people are just sick and tired of Jokic. But, like, he is undoubtedly the most valuable player in the NBA. Like, I'm sorry. If I could build my current NBA roster and I needed to win a championship, I'm getting him. He makes everybody around him better, and he is still an absolute offensive machine. It's not even close. Yes, rest in peace to Val Kilmer. Yes. Dude, your Invincible title card was perfect. It was perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details. SGA deserves the MVP, but I think Jokic should get the MVP because I think he's having a better season. And like without him, the Nuggets are not a playoff team. If Jokic gets hurt, the Nuggets are absolutely screwed. I would say the Thunder is also screwed, but they're still a playoff team. They still are a playoff team, you know? SJ does contribute heavily to the Thunder's... Why am I talking about sports? I don't know. Exactly, yes. Embiid, as a Sixers fan, Embiid should not have won the MVP over Jokic. He did not have a better season that year. I'm sorry. He just did not.
Will all patients please remain calm and move slowly to their accommodation?
No joke, you make a good
Welcome to
Wolverine.
Arkham Asylum.
How?
Staff are here to
Dude,
help you.
I'm sorry. Wolverine's not half Asian.
Build this fine institution.
I don't even look Canadian. You should do an Until Dawn O Death intro.
I hate hospitals. Always give me the crazy.
Thoughts on Sixers Paul George? He gets hurt a lot. He has an interesting podcast.
Little metal box hanging precariously
Yeah, but...
over a deadly
Okay, wait, are you roasting my height? Is that it? Nah, I could be a good Gambit, because well, actually, that's true. I could be a good magician, really. Boom. Watch it again. Boom. One more time. Boom. Magic. Boom. 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 Look at that. What the heck? Magic. You are shocked. Yeah, let me do Scarecrow, though. Yeah. You all are so mean. Okay, Kratos. I got you. I might try out the classic God of War games at some point. I think the pen. Oh, yeah, okay. I like this pencil. Disappear. Ta-da! It's gone. Zatanna, can I talk backwards?
Cesspool of a city.
No.
Not finding the commissioner in time. Me in a thong.
Two things can be true, Daniel. I think Bronny James is a good basketball player. I think he's in the NBA because of his dad. But I also wish him the best of luck, and I hope he succeeds, because it would be really cool to see him play good. And he has been playing pretty good. Like, okay, does anybody know who the #1 pick in the draft is? Or was, right? Nobody talks about him. But we're gonna talk about number 55. Dude, Tyrese Maxey, we should trade Embiid and just build around Maxey, because he's a stud. And Jared McCain is also a stud. As Oliver. What does he say? He and Eve had a sleepover, and they were making too much noise. Ow! My glorious King Oliver. And Rex Blue. I'm gonna be that guy, Tucker. It's couldn't care less. You have to say seller backwards? What, Relis? Is that how you say it?
Barbara.
Yeah, I'll try to stay away from sports. Just because I know it's not everyone's. I mean, if people ask, I'll answer the question, but this is not a place where I know most people. Yeah, I'm actually... Oliver's such a nerdy name. I mean, Oliver Queen, though. Bro, we need a Black Canary, Oliver Queen live-action duo in the DCU, bro. I need it. I need it.
Father. You should have stood up to him.
What's the name? Oh, yeah, Connor. That's who it is. What's the name of their son? Hello, Dark Knight. Well, especially you, Daniel, I know. I have Edward in my aim. How much nerdier could you get? Yeah, but that's named after, like, Edward Kenway. Also, fun fact. The dude who plays Edward Kenway, Matt Ryan, voices and plays Constantine in live action. He voices Constantine and he plays Constantine in live action at some point. Matt Ryan, and not the football player. Did you make a March Madness bracket? Yes, and it sucked. I am in the bottom 20%. It's not even funny. I picked Tennessee. My bracket is toast. No, not the QB, an actor. No, I'm talking about the CW, I think. He plays Constantine in the CW. And I love Keanu Reeves, but I think Matt Ryan was a better Constantine, or at least he was more comic accurate. Let's go with that. You're named after Riddler. That's a very good point. Very good point. I'm not gonna skip. I've not seen. What is the best death scene of Bruce's parents? Okay, so it's not in a movie or a show or a game, but I think the best one is Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo's Batman 0 Year. I believe the story was... shoot. I think it was during Dark City. So that'd be like volume 5 of Batman, I think. That was the best one. Because the way that they go back and forth between present day and the death of his parents. And the point that they like show flashbacks, but you don't realize at first that where it's leading is going to be the death of like you don't realize at first when you see these flashbacks with Bruce's, parents. You don't realize. I'm like, wait a minute, where is this going? Oh my gosh, and that like the way he does it is really, really good. Is all I'm gonna say. Because I wanted to. That's literally it. Kratos, John Wick played Constantine.
It wasn't Gordon.
Have you seen any Doom the Dark Ages stuff? No, I have not. Thanks, Emmanuel.
Having trouble figuring out
What's the best death scene of Batman? Of Batman himself? He doesn't die a lot. I'm sorry, he doesn't die a lot. Oh boy. Stand by. We're selling. Oh, brother. Okay. I think we're good.
it really does. No more tricks. Just one last puzzle and you can have one. And a little more. Oh, I can't wait. Your precious police commissioner is just through the glass. Take a look. Harley's under strict instructions to kill the old man. Anybody got
Got an Ethernet? I don't have an Ethernet in my room. What is the best death scene of Joker? That's easy. Arkham City.
So here's the deal.
So, oh yeah, I haven't answered the question yet. Best death scene of Batman. Gosh. He doesn't die a lot, though. It's always fake outs. God, if I had to pick one, I can't think of any. I can't think of anyone where he's permanently dead. That's my problem right now. I'm blinking. When does he die? Like, actually, when does Batman die? He doesn't. Sorry. But, I would say definitely Arkham City for the Joker. Gosh, what the frick? What's wrong with me, bro? Oh, Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights is pretty good. I will say. That's not... Dude, Suicide Squad killed the Justice League? Okay, but seriously, though. Gotham Knights isn't bad. Not bad. It's actually pretty good. Unlike you, I'm not afraid of dying. I'd rather keep my humanity. But then also he does the most unnecessary sword stab. I'm sorry. You did not have to get stabbed. They could have portrayed that a little bit better. But it's still epic. The voice crack is crazy. When does he die? I'm sorry. I don't know when he dies. It's always fake deaths. That's what drives me nuts. He never dies permanently. Or he just never dies. That's like literally, he just never dies. He doesn't die to Bone. He doesn't die in The Dark Knight Rises or The Dark Knight Returns. He doesn't die in Arkham. He doesn't even stay dead in Gotham Knights. He's not technically dead in Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. Thank goodness. Like, he just doesn't die. Give me one case in which Batman dies. One. Oh yeah, we're losing frames. I guess Emperor Joker, but then he keeps coming back. He does die twice, yes. Yoink! Yeah, get him. Oh, frick no. Thanks, Bane. This way, this way, this way, this way. Yep, get him. How did you miss him? You absolute buffoon. Oh. Nope. Okay, how does he not... I was about to say, he had like a sliver of health. Ah! Nice backhand. Whoopsies. I can't see. Oh, I'm frick. I'm screwed. Let's go! Somehow survive. Screw my combo. Screw my combo. There we go. I thought it was done. Why do we keep losing frames, bro? Screw this game. Out of the way. Whew. I'm about to say. Bro, screw this game, this internet, bro. Stand by.
Oracle.
Yes, Spider-Man death. Anything with Miles Morales, honestly. That's all I can think about. My favorite Superman death is the Death of Superman movie. I think that one's really, really good. No. I mean, when Peter dies, so like Spider-Verse, when Peter dies, so that Miles Morales can be the main Spider-Man. If Batman were to die, how would you personally do it? Great question. I would have him die of old age. I think that would be the most ironic thing ever. He like has the most dangerous stuff of all time, but then he just dies in peace. That's what I would do. Like legitimately, he just is one day chilling in his chair, and he just peace out. Like all the villains that try to kill him, and the only thing that could get him was time. It's like he says, he's like surprised to see me a little. I'm surprised. I'm honestly just surprised I lived so long. Basically, yeah, that's what I'd do. Out of all the heroes, he outlives them all.
Through the heart of Gotham.
That's what I'd do.
We were doctors, politicians, and teachers. We have been the organ.
No. He is straight up alive. It's not hinted. They literally show him alive. There is no hints behind that. They literally show him as up and kicking. That is not a tease. It is like they literally show him walking around in the caves being like, okay, here's what we're gonna do here and here and here. He's definitely not dead. There's no way he's dead. He does. That's crazy, Blazer.
Disabling countermeasures.
Oh my gosh. What's up with this internet, bro? I hate this so much.
Security deactivated.
Most disrespectful death for a beloved character. Joel from The Last of Us. I rest my case. Batman, Suicide Squad, Code the Justice League. I don't care if it's a clone Batman. It's still disrespectful. I don't care.
I'm going after her.
What
She was
else?
heading to the mansion with
But yeah,
Cash.
Joel from The Last of Us.
I'm going up
Easy.
via the catacombs.
He was strange. I mean, a little bit. I think he served his purpose. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it was disrespectful. He was always meant to be a pawn, I feel like. But, yeah.
You there? Calling all cars! Calling all cars! What the hell got you?
As Gotham's veins slowly filled with pain and suffering, the effects were felt everywhere.
Oh, Nightwing. Injustice. That one sucked. Yep, good. Oh yeah, I have an upgrade. Whoopsies.
I've been digging deeper into Dr.
Yeah, but it's so like, really? After all that? And I know we didn't get much with the character technically, but after all that, the history of Dick Grayson learning to overcome Batman's shadow, become his own hero, and confront his past and triumph over it, and you're gonna have him die to a little rock?
Hey, this is weird.
I'm sorry. When is the cleaning your room stream? Right after this, but it won't be live. It'll be only for Patreon members.
I've hacked into her email accounts. Two mails stand out. The first is a resignation.
Mark Hamill's best performance of Joker in the Arkham series. I'd say two things. When he's sick, because he does a very good sick Joker voice, and in Arkham Knight, when he's like his final form. Those are both fantastic.
The experiment says it's too dangerous.
When he sings,
He's not
Only You and
to her family, a couple of bad jokes,
Take Me On Home to the Asylum.
a picture of a dead baby and a threat.
Go on.
Okay, I thought I started there.
For you, I want what I paid for, and then a joke about wheelchairs, lovely, and a drawing of some kind of donkey.
No mystery why she's so scared. I'm coming up to the surface.
I have a classic Joker a lot in Asylum. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's the most cartoonish, I feel like, out of all of them. He really is, though. What? Like Titan Joker's just like, what? What? Alright, sniper time. Okay. Hopefully they won't follow me up the stairs this time. Which game was Arkham Joker the best in? Arkham Knight. By far. He's the funniest. By far. Who's gonna protect Gotham now? Robin dies of laughter. Ready for the next round? Oh. What? Like, brother. It's kind of funny. It's cool, but it's funny. I'll never let you win. Never. And he goes, no! Like a classic mustache twirling villain, bro. Robin's dead now. Or is he? Maybe he's a clone. That's not true. He wouldn't be a clone. Can't see. There we go. If you could be any animal merged with a human, what would you be? A minotaur. Those things are sick. A bull, head, and a dude's body. Right? That's what it is, right? I think so. Like a jacked dude's body. That would be cool. Minotaurs are awesome, I'm not gonna lie. Like, which Arkham game had the best gadgets? Arkham Knight. I feel like you're the most thoughtful with them, and there's a lot of options. With the hacker, the remote hacking device, the disruptor. I don't know, I feel like... And plus you can, like, do them when gliding. That's a pretty cool feature. But yeah, I'd say that. Body of the Minotaur and the head of a human. Low key? That's kind of cool. Gotta be grateful for what you got, right? Sniper song, as we call it. A chicken with the face of a monkey. Where's my electric guitar? Where's my electric car, Bruce? I know it's more. A horse is always a good option for obvious reasons. A griffin would be cool. Isn't that half lion, half eagle? Right? No? I don't remember.
Hey, I've got a cousin in the properties who needs some heavies with... Huh?
Cool beans. Next up, the JH Gambit. Which version of Jason Todd had the worst torturing? Definitely, Arkham Knight, because most Jason Todd adaptations, it's like one night or two. He said he left me in that abandoned wing in Arkham for over a year. That has got to be some of the most psychological and physical means of torture ever. Like, I'm sorry, there is nothing that comes close to the amount of psychological and physical torture and pain that Jason had to endure. The fact that he still kept his identity is crazy. It's absurd. There is no comparison. It's Arkham by a landslide. Hello. No, wrong way. Wrong way. Yep. Oh wow, he just clipped right through. You should just die, right? Yep. Yep, right, good. Nice. Excuse me? I'm gonna leave you there, actually. Ah, frick. Tally ho. Oh, okay.
We need to find those notes before Joker does.
Heads up.
You're not getting out of here, you know.
Imagine you said you're not getting out of here alive, and Batman's just like, I totally don't do that. And the girl's like, yeah, right. It's okay, Batman. You can tell me. Do I have a favorite Impractical Joker? You mean like the show? I missed a glide here.
You guys may want to have a look on the walkways. Someone sent you a gift.
Nice. I sure it came from over there. Got him. Cool. Bro, I'm... I'm sure it came from over there. Yeah, 2009. Wasn't that the same? What came out in 2009? Avatar came out in 2009, right? No? I forget. Something came out in 2009. Avatar did. Fantastic Mr. Fox did. Did Cars, or was that 2007? I think Cars was 2007. Infamous came out in 2009? Did Minecraft come out in 2009? I don't think so. Uncharted 2. That was pretty good. Best years of gaming, I feel like, were 2009 and 2018. And maybe 2017. That was pretty good, too. 2018 was an absolute goated year for gaming. Angry Birds, let's go.
You can be the one to tell him. I'm not gonna.
It'll be open any second. He's here!
Excuse me? Heads up. Okay.
Joker's thugs were trying to get into that office.
Yeah, The Dark Knight. Yeah, it was
looks like they couldn't
2008.
get through the main door. Got to find a different way in.
Marvel Spider-Man 2, Return of Kratos, 2018 was great. Exactly. Yeah. 2018 was absolutely crazy. Detroit Become Human, right? Isn't that 2018? 2005. What was that? I'm very curious about this. I've heard many different opinions on this one. Thank you, Punk Vince. You're looking pretty good soon, not gonna lie. Like Star Wars the video game. Heck yeah!
Oracle, I'm on.
2012 was goated. Yeah. What was 2012?
That one could have been solved by a monkey.
Come on, Eddie. I thought we were better than this. Careful. Don't want to waste this run either.
Joker was right.
Go. You. Tony Hawk, let's go. Cars 2? Dude, I put that thing on the Wii. That was fun.
There's someone in here!
30 people. Thank y'all so much for watching. I don't know why on my phone it says 12. It's been like stuck on 12 for forever. But YouTube Studio says 30, so. Well, I don't think I'm gonna need luck PVA, but I still appreciate it. Star Hero? There you go. Yeah, a lot of Red Dead Redemption 2. I figured. I understand why God of War 1 Game of the Year. Do you think it was because it came out later in the year? Had less of a campaign, you feel like? Like, less of a Game of the Year campaign that fans had, you know?
Welcome to the Arkham Library. History is so here.
No, sir. Nope. Get that out of here. Heads up. Kaboom. I have no opinion whatsoever, Daniel. Do you have any tips for the second Double Titan fight? I need to make sure I'm not making any panic decisions. I need to clear out the room, be aware of my surroundings, and I can't like hesitate. If I hesitate, I kind of been screwed over. I gotta evade a lot, make careful, time my evades, that's important, and just be aware of my surroundings. Those are the two big things. I sold the first time because I wasn't aware of my surroundings, and I sold the second time because I hesitated. For just a little bit too long. So, third time, just knowing when you can take a slight, like, half a second breather is important. Because you can't do it every single time. He died yesterday. Use the backlog to throw dudes up from above.
Thank you, Batman.
I do generally, but if I try to focus too much on that, the main priority is thugs on the ground, and it's Titans. If I get it, like, just by default, then that's cool, but... What's up, Dylan? Appreciate it, man. Alright, we're doing geometry next. How was the stream, Dylan? How'd y'all do? Let's see if I can set my controller correctly. That should do it. Be right back.
I can't believe you insisted on sitting through that movie again, Bruce. Come on, we'll be late for Alfred.
I'm sorry, Daddy. Go easy on him, Tom. He loved it so. Alfred will wait. Keep up, Bruce. Where are you taking us?
We can cut through here.
But it's starting to rain. Bruce is tired. Can't we just wait for him here?
Come on, keep up. We're nearly there.
Hold it there, man.
Please, there's no need for this.
Stay where you are. I'll shoot.
I'll give you whatever you want.
Tom! Oh God! Oh God, Tom!
Be quiet, lady. Just shut up. Give me
Stay away from me! Run! Mommy!
Come on, kid, this way. Take a seat in my office.
Is he okay?
He'll be fine. A kid like that with all that money, he'll be just fine.
Shut up, now. He's 8 years old and all alone. Money won't fix that.
Whatever you say, Gordon. His butler's on his way to pick him up. You hear that? He's got a butler.
I'm sorry about that. I just need to ask you some questions. Can I get you anything? You okay? I know you don't feel like answering me, but it's the only way to catch who did this.
Why did you do it, officer? Why?
I don't know. It's this city. There's something wrong with it. And listen, son. Call me Jim.
I like eggs. I like him in a variety of ways. Alright, before our geometry test. Where's the wind coming from? Alright, let's do this. Also skeletons. Invisible walls, let's go. Yes, this is the geometry test. I failed many a times. It's all about angles and size and area and proportions, all that good stuff. Nice. And now we run. Like the wind. Visual isn't a cute angle. Ah, thanks. Do I live in Rhode Island? Great question. Couldn't tell you. Where do I live? Hold up. Hey guys, welcome to my presentation on TNT. Thank you, Mr. Frost. Appreciate the support. Let's go, boom. Nice. Thanks, resident judge. I'm feeling good. I mostly feel, I live in Cellarville. Yes, sir. It's actually called Cellar Town, but it's close by Cellarville, so not to get it confused. I feel good. I had a really bad stomach bug last week, and so I'm basically fully recovered, so that feels great. A movie set in Los Angeles. It's just a Truman Show, guys. This is actually a TV show, and I'm just stuck here forever. So in case I don't see you tomorrow, it's for the rest of the day. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I live in Connecticut. Great question. Couldn't tell you. Like I said, I don't even know where I live sometimes. Thanks, Austin. Hey guys, never seen the movie? Me neither. All right, let's do this. We go boom. Nice. That's ideally what we always want to do every time, which is just no combat. Sometimes you need to teach me how to improve my streams. Your streams are really good. Dylan, do me a favor. Go to my channel and look. Go to my live streams, select oldest, and look at the oldest live stream I have. It is really bad because there is no my voice. I couldn't even interact with people except through chat. There was no chat. There was no webcam. There was nothing. It was just me playing and talking with people in chat. So what I will say is, what you want to do is you just want to keep doing it. You know, take some suggestions from your viewers, of course, because they'll often, like, someone suggested, could you put chat on screen? Something I just didn't think about doing, and after a lot of testing. And if that's something you want to do in the future, I would recommend getting stream elements for OBS. That's how I get chat on here. But in general, it's something that you just sort of experiment with over time. That's the cool thing about streaming, is you get to try again and again. But already, you're off to a great start. A lot better than I was. So, is my background a green screen? Actually, yes it is. But, just as long as you're doing what you like, or I still like this sort of. Anywho's, do I live in Massachusetts? Great question, couldn't tell you. I don't know. As long as you're just yourself, you know? That's the most important thing. But, I mean, there's stuff, things like noise gates. What do you set your microphone to? What do you set your webcam to? Size, positioning, you know? It all just depends. Dylan streams on Twitch, I'm pretty sure. Or I live somewhere for real. Or I live everywhere, who knows? Maybe I'm just a nomad and this is actually just a trailer. Who knows? How did it feel being hard, no damage, Batman Arkham Asylum? It's gonna feel very relieving, more than anything else. I'm just to be like, thank God it's over. Thank the Lord Almighty that it is over. A separate mic. Honestly, yeah. The one I have is the blue snowball. It's like $50. That one's pretty good. But, you know, I'm sure you'll find some pretty simple options, though. Nothing. You don't really need anything too expensive.
Come any closer, and I'll paint the room crimson with her blood.
I try to backclaw the dude. Kinda funny. Imagine that works.
I know you're still out there. Won't be long and you'll
Bro,
hear
just.
my final song.
Yo, Zaz, look over here.
What are you talking about? Just kill her.
Yeah, actually, do that. Why don't you?
I kill her, the bat will get me.
No, you're not scared of a little bat.
Bro, is it gonna... Thank you!
You monster! You evil, evil!
The controller vibrates whenever she, like, hits Zaz's body, and that just is not a good reaction for... Like, I don't like that, because that is the feeling I associate with selling. So, yeah. At least taking damage and getting hit. Don't even think about it, Buster. Nice.
So, you have given in and taken...
Oracle.
The what? The waka waka. I mean, I think if it could glitch like that for sure. Okay, how do we do this? I should just spread it out more importantly. Okay, well, not like that. Well, that's not gonna work. It's not gonna. What's up, Nathan Crosby? Yeah, that's not gonna work. Try that again. Bro, you think I'm gonna... Daniel, how dumb do you think I am? Oh, yeah, 75 seconds? Yeah. Almost 50 viewers? We've got 39 right now. Oh, look at that secret room moving on. It's like a beat right there. Right before the beat drop. Oh, look at the secret room moving on. Okay. I've been playing this game for too long. Let's get out of here. 47? Oh, shoot. Okay. Cool. I'm not complaining. The record's like 92. I've never reached 100 consecutive viewers, but that would be sick. Bro, what are these comments turning into, bro? What's up, Adam?
As of 10 minutes ago, I have made it illegal to walk on the floor in any part of the asylum. Anyone caught doing so will be... Oh, this is stupid. Anyone caught will have their legs removed and perform magic against Emperor Joker.
But if the Joker wanted to slow Batman down, why'd he open up access to this tunnel in the first place? Questioning the boss again? You've done nothing but whine to
Don't even think about it. I say no to guns. I'm removing your Second Amendment rights. You do not get to have arms or legs. Okay, that's just not fair. What the frick? Stop, game. Stop. Stop it. This game hates me. It's official. That was actually a genuinely close call, bro. Nope. Bro, this game hates me, bro. It wants me to fail. But I won't let it. What the frick? Oh, that was my fault. I can see that one. I can see that one. But the rest of them, no. Absolutely not. There we go. Whew. Talk about close calls, am I right? Joe from Family Guy should play Batman. The furthest I've made it. Final boss. Second phase. Still hurts. We haven't been back there in a while.
I recommend unloading them into... I can't read this. Unloading them into your head.
Dude, this game is hating me, bro. It knows I'm getting close. It's trying to stop me, but I won't let it stop me. I mean, I might, but I hope not. Yoink! Round, keep your distance. Watch the electric stick more than anything, honestly. God bless the Batarang. Thank you, Lord, for the multi-Batarang, too. Oh, frick. Yes! What a save! We're getting better at that. Thank goodness, too. Because normally I just wouldn't do anything, so that's good. We're getting better. A little bit, yeah, definitely. I need to do that for the Titan Joker especially. Like, that's something I gotta learn. Because if I don't, I'm screwed. Oh, okay, we improvise. Fun, fun. That's just what happens sometimes, you know? We improvise, though. Nice. I don't know if I'm getting better, because, that stuff's happened. But we're recovering in time. I guess we get to say hi to Randall. Imagine seeing this in detective mode, bro. You'd be so scared. I would be so scared. Bro, Daniel, what the frick, man? Why? Sorry about the lag. Hopefully it goes away. Don't know what to do about that.
Help!
In a minute, Warden.
You need to get me out of this now.
Dude, I feel like combat has just been way too risky because of glitches or because of my mistakes. That's not good. I gotta lock in and be more careful. Execute better. Sooner or later, these like unexpected things are gonna cost me. So there's only so much I can react to adequately.
There's always a way out. Always.
Is that an octopus behind you? No, it's birthday balloons. My birthday yesterday.
You stay here. Lock this gate when I leave.
And say hi to Randall.
Good idea. Can't have someone of my stature falling back into their hands now, can we?
Hey, buddy. I know, I'm back. Say hi to Randall, everybody. And now we go. Say bye, Randall. Thanks, Mr. Frost. How was your birthday? It was good. It was really good. Really good. No complaints. Very grateful. It was a nice, relaxing day, honestly.
That was one of the easy ones.
Okay, Eddie. Surprise! Okay, not damage. That's not damage. That's not damage.
Just go get a gun and shoot it, stupid bastard.
I thought somehow there was a glitch or something, but no, we're good. Oh! Let's run this way, guys. No, sir. Nice. Stop trying to get a gun! It's overrated! Not damage. Woo! Not damage. Whew. Split second. I don't know what happened there, but somehow I hit the electric gate. It doesn't count as damage.
Patient pacification system deactivated.
No, you're good, Dylan. No worries, bro. That counts as crazy. Kratos, when you do no damage, you can count it. I'm not gonna stop you.
They are all people, Victor. They are zombies. Continuously shuffling, waiting for someone to kill them. The police report states that you murdered or liberated 20 young women in the last 3 months. Each had her throat slit and was left posed. They were all lucky to be chosen to receive my gift. I doubt they would agree with you. Really? How about you, Miss Cassidy? As you take the elevator to your apartment each night, open the 6 locks to apartment 433. Remember you forgot to buy your cat food. And then, how do you know when I sit down on your favorite bed?
Look who finally decided to show up. That's not right at all. How's it hanging, Bats? Problemo for you. What the? Oh. Okay, I was about to say. After 200, dude, I don't know, bro. It's called the Mandela effect. That's my excuse. Dude, remind me to recite Arkham City's unskippable cutscene in the middle of it for you. Get back here, Harley. But I want to know who he is, sweetie. Who and who do you think they are, my dear? Why spoil the fun? It was all a lie. There's nothing wrong with you. Nice of you to say, but you of all people should know there's plenty wrong with me. Take my blood, for example. I wish someone would. This stuff is killing me. Why should I care? Because now there's a teeny little bit of me and you too. That's... Oh, come on. Don't tell me this is what you've always wanted. Look, we're running out of time. I need your help. I nearly had a cure. I was so close and then it was taken from me. So we both die. I'm okay. I'm fine with that. Really? Are you? Imagine sucking in your last breath knowing that Gotham is doing the same. What are you talking about? Oh, didn't I say? I've spent weeks shipping samples of my blood to emergency rooms all over the city. So that's Protocol 10. Poison Gotham. I expected more. Protocol 10? Never heard of it. Hold tight. I'll keep in touch. There you go. That's my impression. Thank you, Mr. Frost. Appreciate it. Okay, somehow that didn't miss. Very cool. Alright, next up is combat. Ah! Why did Arkham City audio start playing in the background? Close your other games, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
The patient has transferred from Dr. Cassidy, who is on leave after the incident last week.
Got it. This is a fun little glitch.
Please take a seat. God, you can leave us. Sorry, Doc.
I'm talking about the man on the Lakers. Good night, Dylan. Appreciate you. Alright, let's lock in here. It's been a very shaky run, I'm not gonna lie. But we're still alive, and that's all that matters. Run. Oh my goodness gracious. Nice. Big brain, big brain. Okay, did you see the dude? Bro just stood up. Also, he's dead. Go, good, perfect. So he's dead. Okay, he's not dead. Okay, can't see. Whew. This way, guys. Nope, not this way. No, we're not gonna. Go. Good. Perfect. This way, guys. Climb. Stay away! Oh, gee. do it. Nice. Alright, so we're almost, not quite, back to where we sold last time. We still have some maniacs in the way, but we'll see. I'm low-key kind of nervous now, I'm not gonna lie. That's gonna be helpful. Yeah, honestly. At least that one wasn't too eventful. A Procedure will be this name forever. And I'm sorry, I don't think we're gonna have a shirtless stranger appearance as much as y'all want to see him. Yeah, because there's a lot of upgrades that are more important. Like, actually. I need the hacker, just so that I don't die to hacking. The sonic batarangs for stealth. The batarangs, obviously. So. Bro, Daniel, that's crazy. Still got a long ways to go, people. We could be here till 3 a.m. and that would kind of suck, but it's okay. Yoink. Yeah, but we still have some maniacs in the way, so it's not a guarantee yet. Me too, JH. Me too. Have all your YouTube streams been on no hit? Mostly. Some of it's been easy difficulty, same challenge. Some of it has been city. Some of it has been a little bit of night, a little bit of Marvel Rivals, a little bit of Red Dead Redemption. But the main theme has always been the same. There was one Catwoman, I think. And then there's been a few races with JH, but that's about it. If you beat this before 300 cells, you need to shave your head. Wouldn't it be the reverse, though? In theory, wouldn't it be the opposite? No? I'm glad he doesn't even care about me. That's nice. Do another race? I really should, though. Really should. That would be kind of fun. Do you like Marvel Rivals? Yeah, I do. I do like Marvel Rivals. Very cool game. Very fun. I'm not much of a multiplayer guy, but it's still fun to me, so. Run, 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 run. Yeah, you stay right there, buddy. So the reason we hack this is for honestly near the end of the game. Just so that, as a precaution. First try. Arkham speedrun race, I'd lose awfully. Quite frankly.
A challenge completed.
Can you do more? And basically back to where we were last time we sold. Okay, let's be careful. When are we gonna do the race again? When I have time, when I beat this challenge.
November 12th, 11:33 a.m. Good morning, Pamela. How are you today?
Fine. Today is a special day.
What do you mean?
This is the...
What the hell was that thing? No idea.
Stay down. Stay down. Stay down. What do you mean, Batman? Froze the bad frame of your face? Well, hope you enjoyed it. Alright, take two, y'all. Angstrom! You're dead! Start leaving rooms.
What?
Wow. Oh my gosh, bro. I know what I'm about to do and I don't like it. Nope.
Is someone missing? I keep count.
Sure came from over there.
You may want to do a quick head count. Really? He beat you all.
Brother. Time to lock in.
Now let's get this party started.
Ladies and maniacs, I apologize for this interruption to your regular entertainment. Up until a few seconds ago, I was going to kill everyone in the room and then watch cartoons. But then, well, you know how I do love a captive audience. I'm just warming you up, Pat. Fresh from Blackgate Correctional Facility, with a combined sentence of 752 years. Ding, 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 ding. It's round 2. Sorry, Matt. Gotta run. I got places to go. Evil discipline.
I'll find a way out. Gordon, try and contact the warden. Let him know what's happened. I'll be back.
Don't make promises you can't keep, Bats. I'm in control of the asylum. You're not going anywhere I don't want you to. Understand?
If
You think I'll let you run?
Always with the heroes. Looking forward to watching you. Why don't you just come find me? You know it's a trap.
Of course it is. Joker's been busy. These poor guards never stood a chance.
All patients should take their medication at the prescribed times each and every day.
Warning. Security breach in level B. Warning. Security breach in level B2. Warning.
Oracle, can you...
Warning.
You're not gonna escape! Release him!
These old gargoyles should be able to support my weight if I wrap them up. Zaz is down, but not for long.
Someone put this animal back in his cell.
Can you hear me? Is this thing on?
Batman, you picking this up? It's
Try the radio. Control should be able to shut down the gate.
Harley thinks she has me trapped in this chamber. She never was very bright.
Batman, I'm patching you into the guard radio feed.
Steve, more Blackgate prisoners. By the boiler. Who's that behind them? Oh my god, it's Joker. He's free! How'd he break out?
Sorry, feed's down. Comms are up and down like crazy. Not good. I'll keep trying.
Warning. Decontamination. Area sealed.
What is that stuff?
Joker toxin. Listen, the room is full of poison gas. Anyone caught in there is dead.
Are you gonna get in there and
It took us about 1 hour 45 minutes, I'd say, to get there. So it'll take a while, but we'll try.
This isn't a simple escape attempt.
I don't know about anger. I'm just trying to lock in for once, bro. Just for once, I would like to lock in for about 3 hours and 30 minutes without any close calls, any worries, any hiccups, any setbacks, and just no instances where I take damage, fall off a cliff, or run into an electric gate. That would be nice. The one bright side is at least my run wasn't one where I ran into an electric gate. At least not yet. Because people would have probably never let me hit the end of that one. Yeah, still doesn't count as a cell, but here we are. I don't think so. I'll do one.
Quick, get in here before more of them come. Batman, I'm over here. They came out of no.
Joker.
You were expecting maybe Two-Face?
There's no escape, Joker.
Silly bat. I don't want to escape. I'm having way too much fun. I even have you here to give a smile on my face.
Not for long.
Really? We'll see. Ta-ta! Oh, I forgot to say. Just in case you were planning on following me, I've arranged...
If we get this, it'll be at 4 a.m.
Gordon is on his way to Harley as we speak.
Officer Bowles.
Transport system is down. Best I can do is open the door you came in. Sorry.
I should go back to the holding cells. Bowles wasn't too smart. He'll have left a trail.
Batman, what's happening? Oh, Bruce.
Yeah, the glazing is honestly kind of out of control.
I bet you're wondering how I did it.
I have like no reason for people to have this much confidence. But I appreciate it. I understand though, you know, if you would want to be able to call it, as it were, if this was the run. Problem is, out of 278 tries, I've sold 278 times. I'd say about 277 or 76 of those were my fault. Nah, 278 were my fault.
Oracle.
How about realism,
Transport
Adam?
to upper
That's more
floors
like it.
is now permitted to staff with correct security clearance. Security level is now at...
I should switch to my forensic scanner and reveal the trail.
If this is it, you have to give me a virtual high five. That was a good donut, Lord. What if Adam Smith is lurking? He's probably asleep, like a normal human being would be.
Hey, Tess! I know you can hear me. I've got something for you to listen to. Harley and Frank are really out of the old man. How are they going to tackle the god?
Yeah, but then I always sell at the end, and that's also not true. Pretty sure it touched. I don't know. Being normal is overrated. Fair enough.
How many are there, Bowles? Hey, hang on. How the hell do you know what... Bowles! Frank, what are you doing? No, put it down! Frank, what the hell? Quinn! It's clear. Get your ass in here.
It's some piece of work, Frankie. Drunk, office, someone like you.
Stop bloody behind out, Harley.
Don't worry, sweetie.
What's up, William?
You know I only have ice for you.
Do I dream about being this challenge? No, I've only dreamt about selling. That's about it. I think it's because my brain hasn't grasped the concept of me locking in for once. Wink. Okay, that was too close. This is really fast. Let me slow it down a bit. Excuse me. Not bad. Actually, wasn't that bad at all. I really appreciate you guys for being here too. It means a lot. You guys make this a lot more interesting, let me tell you.
Please! I got a kid. You don't have to.
Right. I don't have to. I just want to. Okay, boss says no one gets past. Anything moves?
Oracle.
The direct approach is suicide. You need to be smart. Find a different way past them.
So is the back really coming this way? No problem, boss. Boys are just finishing off. Arkham.
Oh, look who it is! Are your pointy ears burning? I suppose I just installed. Arkham Asylum is now under new management. Here's a quick update on what's going on. Attention! We have an escaped patient dressed like a bat. Oh, what a nuisance! Should be considered costumed and dangerous. Personally, I think the best thing is to put him out of this misery. It's the only reliable cure. Did you really think it was gonna be that easy, Bats? I've sent a few more of my boys your way.
I'll have to come back and search this area once I finish.
Also, thank you all so much for the birthday wishes. That meant a lot. I really do appreciate it.
Harley and Quinzel, call me Harley. Everyone does.
Oh, those were the easy ones. I'm just playing with you. You'll see.
Yes, it is I, Edward Nigma, the Riddler, and more importantly, your intellectual superior. My genius has allowed me to easily hack into your primitive communications. My goal is simple. You complete a series of amusingly taxing challenges and, well, you'll see. Ready for your first one? Good. But be careful. Don't cut yourself on this sharply observed portrait. So you did it! Well done! I would have expected a child to work that one out, let alone the world's greatest detective. Don't...
Hey, Batman!
My first phone was 2 cups in a string. I had one of those red ones that was on wheels that made a little ding sound when it rang.
It was a massacre.
Like the one on Toy Story, but it was red. It had a little bunch of little buttons on the front, white buttons. Yeah, I'm just one big experiment, bro. They're trying to figure out what it is that makes a seller tick.
Performing just below my predictions.
Harley tells me that the Batman's car is still parked just outside of the intensive treatment building. Now,
Being a toy without legs, who wheels also sucked. Do I like The Last of Us Part 2? Haven't played it. I've only heard things. I think I like it a little bit more than others because I know what to expect with spoilers and all that. I don't know, man. I know I'm gonna be super depressed because it's a game that I was telling Short the Stranger this the other day. But basically, the setting of the first game is so dark and bleak. But because I was with Joel and Ellie the whole time, it was like fine, and I could like really enjoy the game. So anytime they were separated, I was playing as just Joel or just Ellie. There was sort of this unsettled state of like, I just need to get back to when they're together again. So the fact that you completely remove that in the second game means that I'm just gonna be super sad the whole time. I'm like, where's my guy Joel, man? I'm gonna miss him, bro. There's my dude Troy Baker. So, trust me, Abby is no good replacement for Joel.
There's a supply of explosive Harley trashed the car. Looks like there was a scuffle. I need to search the area around the Batmobile. There could be a clue as to where she took Gordon. I need to isolate a trail in the crime scene.
Opinion on the LA Last of Us? Live action. I think, man, California. Haven't seen it, but I've heard good things about it, so. My first phone was Alexander Graham Bell's first prototype. So I heard the story about the first phone where, like, Alexander Graham Bell was just like, come in here. I don't know what his name was. He's like, just come in here. I want to see you. Imagine they pulled the biggest prank and the dude was just waiting outside the door. And he's like, haha, the phone works. And then it actually did. I feel like that'd be kind of funny. What are some games that have made you cry and put you in the brink of crying? For me, it's The Walking Dead Telltale Season 1. I don't get very emotional when I play games. I mean, in fairness, like, I haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2. I know what happens, but I haven't played it. I'd say the saddest I've gotten is the opening scene from The Last of Us, Sarah's death. That one's pretty bad. And I'd say probably a few moments in Arkham Shadow. No spoilers, but there's a few moments in Arkham Shadow that really get me. With that being said, I've never been close to crying during a game. Same thing with shows. Movies, it's only one specific movie. For one very specific reason. Yeah. I used to cry when I was younger about anything. Anything that was remotely sad, I'd bawl my eyes out. But nowadays, I cry when I watch The Passion of the Christ. And I cry when I see sports teams, like, win for the first time. Or, like, I like to see, like, when players who just, like, have been chasing the championship for so long, when they, like, win it. That gets me emotional. But nothing else. I used to cry watching Coco. Coco did get me. Not that, like, much. Like, it was such a touching moment. I was like, wow, that's so cool. I don't think I cried. I don't think I wanted to. The last Pixar movie where I wanted to cry was Inside Out, the first one. It wasn't when Bing Bong died, it was when Joy realized it was okay to be sad. And I was like 11 years old at the time. I'm like, oh, that's so sad. But I'm a big boy, so I don't cry. Let's go.
Hello? Is there a doctor in the house? No? I seem to have a pile of wounded henchmen that need medical attention.
Gwen's death I just knew was gonna happen, so... Because, you know, it's so famous at this point.
I don't know what happened. Oh, Batman saved us.
No, I've not seen Marley and Me.
I'll get you out of there.
I didn't cry when I saw Old Yeller. My thing was, I watched the whole film knowing that she was gonna die. It wasn't shocking to me. It was still sad. I feel like it was more sad in the moment when he was telling her, like, London, two of us. I'll follow you everywhere. I'll follow you the rest of my life. Like, that to me was sad. Because I knew it was going to happen, and I knew that he was about to experience the most heartbreak any person could possibly endure. Did you cry when you watched Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? No. You know what's an underrated Pixar movie? Soul. We need people to talk about Soul more so that they make more movies like it. Did you cry during the... Okay, yeah, the Aunt May death scene, honestly, the more I watch it, the more sadder I get, I think. That has all everything to do with Yuri Lowenthal's performance. Because it's not just that he's sad. He really conveys the idea that he is powerless. With great power comes great responsibility. And the only reason he feels powerless isn't because he has the antidote, because he does. The powerlessness comes from him, his responsibility to save New York. And that is devastating, and you can feel that in his performance. It is amazing. Mr. Stark, I don't want to go. That was pretty sad, yeah. Black Widow's death, honestly, kind of got me a little bit. Especially when I saw Hawkeye's reaction. When she, like, steps off the cliff, and she falls, and Hawkeye just has that face, and I'm like, dang, that's some good acting. That got me. So yeah, definitely Black Widow. Because it was also in that moment where he felt helpless. He knew what was coming, and it still broke him, you know? But the only time I've, like, bawled my eyes out, cried, was twice. I've seen The Passion of the Christ 6 times, and I've cried the last 2 times I've seen that movie. So, do you guys know what The Passion of the Christ is? Have you ever heard of that? It came out in, like, 2004, I think. It's kind of an old movie. Rocket Raccoon backstory, that was pretty sad. Didn't really make me cry, but it was sad. Is that the one with Willem Dafoe? No, that's the Martin Scorsese one. That's different. That came out in like the 80s.
What the hell? Get down there, boys.
You broke the darn table. No, don't do that.
What are you waiting for? April Fool's Day? Get down there now!
50 piece, but unfortunately no.
Don't get too
This guy's no
full of
tape on
yourself,
manners.
Nats. I'm just softening you up.
My mom wasn't Mary Cooper is crazy. I am kind of curious, what do like atheists think of the Passion of the Christ? You know? I'm gonna talk about it because it's my channel. So I think the reason that I get so emotional when I watch the Passion of the Christ, okay, and I'll try to explain it in a way that kind of makes sense to an atheist, but you have to understand my viewpoint, my faith, right, is that everything I see in that movie, okay, which is some of the most horrific, it is the most horrific execution method in history, on top of the most horrific punishment in history, on top of the most innocent man in history. All of that to say, everything I see in that movie is because of me. That's sort of the viewpoint that I have. That's the perspective from me, right? And when I see that film, and the older I get, the more I realize how much of a broken person I am, and how much that I need, how much I needed that to happen. And so when I see an innocent man up on a cross, and it's just a movie, it's not the actual event, but it is something that actually happened and was probably way more worse, way more horrific than we could possibly imagine. And I look up there and I say, that was because of me. I can't help but feel this enormous feeling of guilt, but also unworthiness of that much love. Like, how could someone love me so much that despite all the times that I've sinned, messed up, and turned away from the person, he still wanted to die for me? That will never make sense to me. But it is a love that I do feel like I don't deserve. It's not your fault you weren't born yet. That's definitely a perspective that to like an atheist would make sense, right? But you have to understand. So whew. Basically, did you know from Passion of the Christ? Jim? Yes, I saw that. He got struck by lightning. Yep. Crucifixion is no joke, because what they would do is, when you're up on that cross, when you're like in a rest position, you cannot breathe, so you will suffocate. So the only way you can breathe is if you pull yourself up, which is crazy. So let me break it down for you, Mr. Frost. My perspective, my faith, right, is that when we die, okay, when we die, when we sin, when any of us sin, when Adam and Eve, sure you've heard that story before, when we sin, there's sort of a separation between us and God, because God is a perfect God. God does not sin. And so in order for us to, when we die, be in the presence of God, we can't have sin, right? And you know, as it says in Romans, like everybody has sinned. Everybody has at some point turned away from God. The only person who didn't do that was Jesus, right? And so by me sinning, I cannot be in the presence of God because he's a perfect God. So even though this event happened 2,000 years ago, right? The whole reason that Jesus came down... Yeah, exactly. So let me break it down to you in this way, Mark. No, but imagine you're in a courtroom and the judge lists off all the different ways in which all the things you've done wrong. You know, every time you've lied, every time you've sinned, every time you've hated someone, every time you've wronged someone, everything, okay? And it says, okay, here's what you got. Here's your punishment, okay? And imagine someone walks into the courtroom and says, I'm gonna take all that, right? That's crazy. Like, we don't quite understand, right? Like that makes no sense to us. But that's what happened. And it happened to someone who was the only person who didn't even deserve that, right?
I'm sorry, Jim.
And so, even though it happened 2,000 years ago, by him dying, and importantly, this is the part that people miss, by him rising from the dead, he has allowed me to basically go to heaven, not by any good works I do. It's not if I go to church enough times or if I give enough money. No, it's, do I receive the free gift of grace that I could have never earned on my own, right? Do I do that? That's how, you know, we get everlasting life. It's not by any sort of amount of good stuff, because we would all fall short of that. So, how would the events be different if I went back in time and saved Christ? I don't think you could have. Because if there's anyone who could have done that, it's Jesus. The people who were on the cross were telling him, they were like, hey, also Kratos, that'd be funny. I've heard the jokes about God of War. In the next game, he's gonna target Jesus. So, but yeah. That's sort of the perspective. So bringing it back around to Passion of the Christ, right? So for me, it's like, that kind of love is so incomprehensible that I feel so ashamed. I feel like I don't deserve that kind of love. And that's the point. None of us do. But it just breaks me. Yeah, Jesus and Kratos would be homies. I am not gonna lie, they would be. So anyways, but that being said, so The Passion of the Christ is the only film I have cried to and not, like, stop myself. Tucker Edward, Jesus. So, hopefully that makes sense. Thank you all so much for listening to that. I know you don't really have much of a choice, but if you have any more questions, please let me know. I don't really ever want my faith to be something that I don't want to talk about, but... Bro, I am far from humble, bro. But I think I just saw a verse today which was like, in everything you do everything for the glory of Jesus. So I'm like, hey. I mean, close, I guess. No way, that's your actual name, Tucker. Seems less about a film and more about Christianity as a whole. Oh yeah, heck yeah. Yup, I gotcha. Haha. Tricked you. What are you trying to do? But dude, the film itself is crazy. Okay, let's talk about the film for a little bit. How old was Mary to be able to grow to Jesus? Great question. She was pretty young, I'm not gonna lie. She was very young. Young enough to be... Because in Jewish custom, they expected you to marry probably around 16 to 18 years old. And she was just about to get married to Joseph, so she wasn't married at the time, okay? So based on that logic, she was very, very young. But yeah, let's talk about the film. So what's cool about the film is, when it came out, there was basically no advertising for the film. The budget was about like $50 million, and yet it made $600 million and was the highest grossing film in the US. It was the highest grossing film, R-rated film in the US. Let me rephrase. I mean, by that definition, Mr. Frost, yes. She was, I mean, that's what they call it, the Virgin Mary, because she, like, yeah. Underage, we don't know how old she is. She was probably around 18, but she was definitely young. We have to understand that's just what the culture was back in the day. I'm not sure the exact. Was streaming services patched for the Christ on? That's a great question. I don't know. Mel Gibson also did real Hebrew. Yes, the entire film is in the original language of Aramaic, Hebrew, and Latin, I think. Which is very impressive, and you really don't notice it after a while. So impregnating someone underage isn't a sin. Okay, so you have to understand something, which is that the once again, underage is an interesting word because you're applying. I want to be very careful how I say this. She was someone who was fit to birth Jesus. She was old enough, right? We don't know how old she was. I'm assuming she'd be around 18 years old-ish. I don't know. We don't know. But the truth is, right? Now, obviously there's different standards across the place, okay? But the truth is, yes, I'm trying to be very careful here with my words. But the truth is that God chose her to birth Jesus. Okay, that's crazy. You guys are crazy. Anyways.
Anyone out there seen Batman yet? No? Not surprised. He's chicken. Mr. J has won again.
Yeah, when you say underage, I mean, if you mean by American standards, we don't even know how old she was. I'm gonna go back to that. Also, fun fact, most likely the disciples were probably less than 18 years old. Because, but that was a norm back then. Like, rabbis would have disciples who were around 14, 15 years of age. That was a thing. Peter was definitely an adult, but the rest of them could have very well been young. Well, the only reason she was because she wasn't married to Joseph yet. That's sort of what, that's sort of what it was. Was she mad ugly? Why was she a virgin if she has Joseph? They weren't married yet. And that's why Joseph almost was like, dude, we're done. Because obviously from his perspective, he was like, how in the world do you give birth to someone if you're still a virgin? That makes no sense, right? Which is what most people would probably think. And it wasn't until he also got a dream, or not a dream, he got like an angel came down and was like, dude, she's good. It actually is from God. He's like, okay, bet, let's just have this baby. So. Go for it. Okay, hello. Thanks, Bane. This way. Good. How are you not? Oh, frick. Frick. How are you not dead yet? I mean, not dead, but you know. Oh, come on. Over. Oh, help. Let's go. Oh, is that it? Is that all of them? Bet. That was very funny how I just pursed my lips, but whatever. Nice. Is that it? I don't know. I can't tell. Guess we'll find out. Nice. Whew. Did you watch the new Batman Ninja movie? No, I have not. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't through. Can we just get that to make a... Yeah. Thank you, yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Pretty much. It wasn't through. It was just... Well. If I could compare it, it was kind of like Anakin Skywalker a little bit. Quick, chat, tell me to do something so I can prove it's not pre-recorded. Tell me to do something right now. Metachlorians. That's not how you spell them, but take damage. Heck no! Bros, call my bluff. Scan the area. Bet. Done. Do a backflip. Oh, okay. I meant the gameplay, not... Okay, whatever.
It's been a favorite suicide location in Arkham Island for over 100 years.
Yeah, I know. I once saved an unfortunate inmate from leaping off into the rocks below.
Do a barrel roll.
I found a cave
Like this?
entrance, and over the years have moved a number of supplies here. It's a regular.
Can you ask Jesus to take the damage for you? Already did, man. Already did. As in, like, he already took the damage for me, not I already asked. Did Jesus need to learn how to speak? Or could he talk when he was a baby? He was most likely a very normal baby who did normal baby things. Right? Like, because the idea is Jesus is fully God and fully man, which is something that doesn't make sense. It does not. There's no logical way to explain why Jesus was 100% God, 100% man. The truth is, he probably just, you know, like, we don't know all the different specifics of that, but probably to other people, he just was a normal baby.
We have been the organ,
Pretty righteous baby, though, not gonna lie. He was a carpenter at 20. He was a basic guy. Yeah, he learned to be a carpenter. Pretty cool.
And still it has chosen to hurt us.
Yeah, I mean, there's that story where he's in Jerusalem and he talks with the scholars and all that, and they're like, who is this guy? He's so wise. He's only like 9 years old. What's the reaction of people who believe in a different religion when they meet God? What is the reaction? I don't know. The movie's 2 hours. Yes. How you doing, Cape Crusader? Is that Kathy? That looks like Kathy. I mean, not everyone believes that Jesus is God. Some people think he's a con man. Some people think he's a prophet. Some people think he's a crazy dude. Some people think he doesn't exist. Some people think he's a guy from Fortnite, but you know, results may vary. But yeah, the movie Passion of the Christ was the highest grossing R-rated film in the U.S. until Deadpool and Wolverine, which is kind of crazy and ironic since Deadpool literally says Marvel Jesus in the film. But that's besides the point.
She was heading to the mansion with cash. I'm going up top by the catacombs.
I guess it's like, so he never was real. All my years of belief wasted. Oh boy, I can feel one of those questions coming. Kratos got something like a actually question. I know he's cooking up something.
Sorry, boss. Took a little longer to find him than you think. Why are we...
Nice. Okay, that's not good. Okay. That works. You think just will turn my lifetime? Great question. What the Father wills is not something I know. If I had to place a bet on it, gosh, I don't know. Do I believe in the rapture? I don't. I think it's a fascinating idea, but it's something I don't really believe. It's an ongoing joke in school that I can forgive people for their sins due to my last name. That's crazy. What is your last name, then?
Hacked into her email accounts. 2 mails stand out. The first is a resignation letter dated last week. Sounds like she was trying to get away.
Oh, Cody just pulled the Lex Luthor quote. Ah, yes, the common debate among both atheists and Christians. The all-powerful God cannot be all good. Classic. So, I think it comes from a misconception that, first of all, are you Catholic and what kind of Christian are you? I wouldn't consider myself Catholic. I am non-denominational Christian. So, you have to understand something, which is, I don't necessarily follow, I don't know. The truth is, okay, the way I've always viewed it, for most Christians, the belief is that Christ is our Heavenly Father, okay? Now, from that framework, as a child, we never fully understand why our parents do the things that they do. I was lucky enough to grow up with a very loving 2 parents, and that's something I really appreciate. But you have to understand, sometimes, even though they were doing their best and they loved me very much, I would just rebel and I would just not listen to them, okay? And so the way I see it as, I wouldn't always understand why my parents did the things they did. But what I always knew and what they always reminded me is that they loved me, okay? And so the truth is, I do not understand fully why it is that, you know, he created this world and yet there's all this brokenness. And I can sort of kind of get an idea of why, because ultimately it is all of our, sin. It is our sin, our separation from God, right? There's the whole free will versus predestination argument, we can get into that and all that. But the truth is that we'll never fully understand why, why. That's a tough question.
Like the Blackgate thugs have access to the armory.
But the truth is that what do I do know? I know that he's my Heavenly Father. I know he loves me. I know he sent his son to die for me. And maybe I don't understand it all, but I know that he knows far better than I do. And so it's the trust in that love, right? Imagine Christ was Jack Black the whole time. But this idea that God cannot be all-powerful, if he is all good, or vice versa, is something that, by our strain of logic, if we were God, yes. But the truth is we're not. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? I would guess if you were a Christian, if you believed in like, okay, that's weird. Oh! No, 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 no. Definitely not that. Get that out of here. Bro used the classic Lex Luthor quote for real. Do you believe in fate? Kinda. Yeah, I guess. He is Jack Black is crazy. You know, this idea of like free will versus predestination, right? It's something that Christians have never agreed on. I think it's one of those, in the same way that I believe that God is 3 persons, 1 God, which doesn't make sense, once again. Like, I believe some crazy stuff, I'm not gonna lie. I believe that it's kind of a both things, you know? I think both is true. Both can't be true. That's you know, I'm not gonna sit here and say, well, I can logically explain everything about my belief. I can't. I'm not gonna be able to answer all your questions. I'm not gonna do that. Are we all then in a glorified final destination? God, is Harvey dead? Golly gee, guys. Goodness. I think we would be foolish as Christians to think we could explain everything to other people. Okay, that's kind of crazy, Cody. I'm not gonna lie. That's a crazy thing to say. I don't know. I don't know if, I mean, you can joke about kind of some stuff, but I think that's a little bit too far. A little bit. No, actually it's a lot too far. Scratch that. I prefer if you wouldn't make those kind of jokes, but, you know. Thank you, Kratos. Also, someone asked, when is the stream selling happening? It already happened. A Fight Club reference? It's interesting how much we're, like, people are okay with mocking a lot of Christianity stuff, you know? It's interesting.
Hey, I've got it. Huh?
No, Tucker, he's not. What are your thoughts on someone saying, oh my god, because I try to avoid saying it in your streams? Appreciate it. I don't think... Okay, well, first of all, there's a lot worse things you can say. It's generally just a cultural thing, alright? So, like, I don't know. I'm not gonna get deeply offended that someone said, oh my god. I'm like, oh, how dare you? No, you know, I understand it's not really out of, like, trying to slander the name of God or something like that. It's just a cultural thing, you know? The same way when people say, Jesus Christ, you know, when people say that, I'm not going to take offense to that, because, once again, there's a verse in the Bible that's like, vengeance is mine, I will repay. Like, the Lord will take offense as he pleases, right? I'm not going to be here and be like, well, actually, I represent the Lord, you know? Obviously, I want to convey his love and all that good stuff, but at the same time, like, I know that the vast majority of people who say that, it's not out of any sort of disrespect, intentionally, so, you know, I'm not going to... Trust me, if I'm judging people because they say, oh my god, I haven't quite looked in the mirror of how broken I am. Because I cuss too, you know? I say, oh my god, too. And even though I try not to, the truth is that we're all sinful, and I'm not going to sit here and judge people and be like, how dare you, you know? Obviously, I'm going to try not to. But I can't just, like, put myself at a place that's higher than other people just because I cuss less than people. Because that's kind of, I'm kind of missing the point at that point. Because we all need it. Are you sure we're not here for his amusement? Okay, so let me explain to you. Brother, slide to the left, take it back. We're not, he created us in the same way that like a father, like he loves us and created us in the same way that a father does for his children, right? The only reason a father loves his children so is just because we are his. Or in this, like, you know, I say frickin' frackin', exactly. Who's to say that one cuss word is better than the other, right? It's more like, where's the hard posture behind it, you know? I think it's okay if you're here for his amusement. I don't think that's it at all. I think he created us in the same way that a father has a child and loves that child simply because the child is his. It's the exact same thing. Be a preacher vigil, I would go to your church. Well, there's a dangerous misconception, though. People shouldn't go to church because of a speaker. You know? Paul says in the Bible, he's like, don't be like, I serve Paul, or I serve Barnabas, or I serve Timothy. No, it's I serve God. That's why we go to church. It's not for Billy Graham, or Joel Osteen, or Stephen Furtick. No, it's because they serve God. That should be the ultimate reason why we go to church. My dad was a pastor, though. So, a little lore for you. Nice. God should show up at church then? I mean, he is at church. I mean, were you the one who asked if God is omnipresent? Most of the time, I can never talk or ask questions about Christianity. Well, good. Ask your questions, bro. But trust me, I'm someone who very clearly does not have all the answers. God face reveal when? 2,000 years ago, in the form of Jesus. That was God's face reveal. So... Also, honestly, when we pass away from this world, you know, and as silly as that sounds, I mean, yeah. That's gonna be kind of cool. You can interpret the fourth commandment by saying, use the Lord's name in vain is making a vow or promise in the Lord's name and not fulfilling it. Okay, I mean, in general, here's the thing. Okay. When somebody, anyone, uses the Lord's name in vain, it's a sin, okay? But at the same time, it's a heart posture for me, which is that I recognize it's a sin, or whatever it is, okay? But what I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna say, oh, how dare you, I'm so much better than you because I don't do that. Because the truth is, I sin in the same way and in different ways, right? And we need to, it's you know? So, it's knowing that what we need to do is we need to say, yes, we're all broken and we all need God, right? I'm not going to separate myself from the company of someone just because they sin in a way that I don't, because that's silly. Because we need, you know, Jesus hung out with tax collectors who were considered traitors by the Jewish people, tax collectors and sinners, like the worst of the worst. Jesus hung out with those people because it says, because Jesus, like, the sick people are the ones who need a healer, not those who are well.
Joker's thugs were trying to get into that office.
You have to sin, otherwise Jesus died for nothing? It's not a have to, it's that we do. That's our nature, bro. We are broken people. How do I say this? Joe, what dictates a word to be a swear word or not? That's another thing. Culturally speaking, some words aren't swears, right? It's more like a heart posture thing, right? It's like, when I say this word, am I thinking, like, if I say F you, that comes out of frustration, hate, anger, and that's not good. You know, you want to... Our words, we need to be careful about that, right? Right? So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's less about, oh, you said this word or this word or this word. It's, what is my heart posture? Why am I saying that? Is that glorifying to God? Or is it because I am giving into my sin, my broken self? That's all, right? But good news is there's grace in Jesus, you know? What denomination? I'm not denomination. I mean, some people try to not sin, but the truth is we are all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. So that's the verse. So yeah, I'm not denominational. Imagine Jesus in God of War 6 forgives Kratos for his past sins. I mean, Jesus forgives, you know.
Joker was right. He's over there.
Guy there. Nice. Is he dead? Nice. Stay down. Non-denominational. I don't really have like a specific... Okay. So there's like Baptists and Catholics and Methodists and Presbyterians. You know, there's not really... Non-denominational has become its own sort of subsection where, generally speaking, I want what I believe to come from the scripture, the Bible, God's word. And that's the utmost priority. I don't want to add any extra stuff, you know? I just want to follow God's word and what he's told me through his word. But yeah, that's non-denominational basically. I don't really have any like extra stuff necessarily. Not that the extra, like there's like, the problem with Christians a lot of the times is they kind of get too focused on the nitty gritty, you know? They're like, they're so focused on, oh, are we right or are you right? But the truth is, as long as we're both serving God, that's the most important thing. Is it considered a sin to get someone killed due to a single choice that led to a series of events? Butterfly effect. I mean, there's a different way of saying that. Well, let's say, as an example, I get in my car and I drive, and then a car hits me and my car hits someone else and that kills someone. That's not a sin, okay? But the truth is, like, regardless of whether or not it's a sin, right?
No idea.
It's not really the point because we've all have sinned, you know? And here's the thing, Tucker. Let me phrase this correctly. We have all sinned. I have made so many mistakes. It's never about who sinned more or less. Like, I don't care. Like, no matter who you are, I don't care who you are never far enough from God's grace. You will never be good enough to get yourself out of it. But that's why Jesus came. That's sort of the idea. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm more holy than you just because I go to church more. No. What's the tamest sin? Well, I mean, all sin is eventually just separation from God. It's a choice to be like, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to follow my own rules. That's what most of the world does anyways. Okay? Most of the world wants to do their own thing. Okay. Oh, frick. No way. That's not fair! That's not fair, that's not fair, that's not fair, that's not fair, that's not fair. That's not fair. Unbelievable. Okay, so we're done today. Oh. That is so not fair. Oh, do we do another one? I think we do another one. We're gonna do another one. What am I doing? Because I feel like we can't just leave the conversation now. Someone said, okay, so when it comes to third time's the charm, I saw a question. I think it was from Mr. Frost. Yes. So, like, it's when it comes to like people, okay, everybody has sinned and fallen short, okay? So just because I did, like, let's say okay, for me, I've never killed someone. That does not mean that I am somehow in better standing with God, because I've still sinned, and we all need grace, right? It's not about, like, just because I haven't killed anyone doesn't mean that I can just do enough good things and I'm good. No, that's not how that works. Because then it'd be like, if you kill someone, then you're just like, right? There are some sins, it's described in the Bible as like a sin that just God like hates or whatever, you know. But the truth is that, like, in terms of the wages of sin is death, right? That's just like when we choose to live our lives and be like, I'm just not gonna do what God says. That's our choice, right? That's sort of how it works. It's like, what the idea of sinning is just like, I'm just going. Oh yeah, that's good. Update the counter. I'll do that in a sec. The idea is like, I'm just gonna do my own thing. You know, Miles Morales. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing, right? And so when we do that, that means that when we die, we're just gonna be separated from God because we chose that, right? So from that standpoint, right, it doesn't really matter what I've done. So it's not about good things to earn your place. It's your devotion. I'm learning a lot. See, that's the thing, Mr. Frost. This is the misconception, and this is the problem with a lot of churches, is they focus too much on be a good person, because what happens is when people mess up, they want to keep that hidden because, oh no, if the church finds out, I'm going to be turned away. But that's not true. It says, come to me, all who are weary, all who are broken. Jesus wants everybody, because we are all broken. We should be vulnerable in church, and we should admit that we all fall short at church. And the problem is we put up this facade of like, oh, I've got everything figured out. No, it's not about that. If I don't go to, do you think you're going to heaven or hell? I know that because Jesus Christ has died for my sins, and because I have accepted that I am going to, when I die, be in the presence of him in heaven. I know that. You know, it's an assurance. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to live my life and be like, oh, well, it doesn't matter because, you know, I'm going to heaven, so it doesn't matter. What it means is I want to make the most of my life so that what I do glorifies him, points back to him. That's part of the reason I'm talking during an Arkham Asylum live stream about Jesus, you know? Because if I wouldn't share that with you guys, I feel, you know, like... But once again, Mr. Frost, it is a free gift. It is an invitation, man. It's not about, do I go to church this many times? Do I give this much money to the church? No, it is, can I just accept this free gift of grace? It's never about doing enough good things. And it's not like you have to check off a bunch of boxes and then you can start going to church. No.
Zaz is down, but not for long.
Imagine God says you can't enter heaven until you beat this challenge. That's crazy. Okay, I'll update the counter. I also need to use the bathroom, but that's besides the point. Also, I'd like to say that last cell was unfair. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll be right back. Bathroom break. I see it as when we die, all our sins are like bad seeds in our hearts, and the only way to get rid of them is asking forgiveness and repent, depending on how many seeds you have and how bad. Kind of, sort of. I would say when you live your life separate from God, that means when you die, you're separate from God. That's basically the simplified version. You know? It's by our, because that's the thing. Most people, a lot of people, are just like, I'm good. My pastor's always said that if you have to clean yourself before going to church, you'll never go. Exactly. That's the problem, though, with like the modern church, is we put too much of a pressure on people to have it all figured out. That's not the point. The point is, it's not about a location, it's about a direction. It's not, how close am I to God? It's, am I facing God and am I turning to God, both in my good moments and my bad? That is the key. It's not about how good you are. It's never about that. So, once again, if you have any more questions, I'd love to clarify. Kratos, honestly, that's something that kind of, I would understand that would be scary. Because a lot of what we've, like, you know, the idea, no one ever wants to truly waste their life. Life is precious. Life is important. And a lot of people want to find the meaning of life. Some people think it's with God, some people think it's without. And that's the scary thing. You know, it's like not wanting to waste the life that we've been given. Can I be mod now? I'll think about it. I have too many mods already. It's not out of pocket. Completely appropriate. If anything, what I've been saying is out of pocket. Oh.
What are you waiting for?
Try other religions like Hinduism. To other religions like Hinduism, Islam, and Buddhist, you're an atheist. Okay, sure. I don't care. You know? Like, whatever. The definition of atheist is someone who doesn't believe in God, though. That's a little bit different. But you're correct in the sense of, like, yeah, I disagree with those people because they don't think that Jesus is God. There's a limit to how many mods you have. No, but I already have too much. So... No Christians are considered people of the Book of Islam. Oh, that's fun. Cool. We don't have rights. Mod everyone in chat. Yeah, I will. Honestly, if I beat the challenge, I'll probably just mod everyone because I'm so happy. Mr. Frost is a great question. I want to look at it, but speaking of which, still Valentine. That's it, right? Nice. Why believe your religion and not theirs? How lucky were you born into the only correct religion? Great question. And this is something that people have asked. It's a fair question. So, let me break it down to you like this. Everything sort of centers around Jesus. Okay? Now, there are three options here. Number one, Jesus was a con man. Number two, Jesus was a prophet. Number three, Jesus was the Son of God. Okay? None of and in terms of the prophet one, he can't be God. Okay? At least according to that belief. It all hinges on Jesus. Okay? Now, because Jesus did exist, no one disputes that. We know Jesus was a guy. But what was he? Right? So to other religions, every other religion, no other religion acknowledges Jesus as God, okay? And no other religion, I'm pretty sure, acknowledges that he rose from the dead. Islam thinks he was crucified and he died, okay? Hinduism's like, he was a cool guy, but he died, okay? So, when you look at the historical context of Jesus' life, we know that he was dead, we know he died, we know that for sure. The question is, did he rise from the dead? And from a historical context, based on the eyewitness accounts and the people who saw Jesus after his death, they were all willing to die for that belief. Right? And so, based on that alone, you could determine that I would come to the conclusion that those people believed without a shadow of a doubt that they were willing to die, not just from like a passive way, but like a very brutal way. Right? I like to say that a truth is every religion is right in their respective beliefs, so if you follow yours, you'll go to the afterlife. Okay, but also that can't be true because religions disagree with each other. Right? Because Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Right? So, based on historical context and based on the fact that the eyewitnesses, they all were willing to die. Like, I don't know if you ever heard of it's this example of like Watergate. The people who were part of Watergate, they told the truth after like a month of interrogation. They broke easily, but all these people were willing to die for that, right? So either they're all 50 so people were just hallucinating, or maybe Jesus really did rise from the dead. And if he did rise from the dead, that means that he is who he says he is, which is the Son of God and God himself. No disrespect, but can the written eyewitness testimony be traced back to the time of Jesus? So written, not necessarily, because they were written like in 90 AD or something like that. But in terms of eyewitness accounts, definitely there were plenty of. I'm afraid to be. What if everything I do is all for nothing? What the hell happened? That is a legitimate fear, Tucker. I'm not gonna sit here and say you have no reason to fear that, because we do, right? We all are looking for the meaning of life, the universe, and everything, which is not 42. But that is something that is you have every right to be afraid of, you know. So, can you make later streams, please, at 7 a.m.? I'm sorry. All pantheons exist in the God of War universe. Fair enough. If you weren't taught about God, how would you know about God? Okay, so this is this passage here. Let me pull it up. There's a passage in Romans about this. Which here we go. So this is Romans 1 verse 20 or 1:19. For what can be known about God is plain to them, because God has shown it to them. For his invisible attributes, namely his eternal power and divine nature, have been clearly perceived ever since the creation of the world and the things that have been made, so they are without excuse. So what this means is, like, a friend of mine put it pretty well, which is, when I look at a painting, I see a painter. When I look at a drawing, I see a drawer. When I look at a building, I see a builder. When we look at creation, we should see a creator. I don't think that this came out of nothing. I think it came from a God. And so in that way, even if you've never been to church in your life, we know that there is a higher power. And if you don't believe that, that's your belief, right? But yeah, and I think that's something where, has a mystery ever knocked on y'all's door? Dude, I've been visited by some Mormons sometimes, you know? I don't have to read it, I know it. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. I will, Iman, but I do want to finish this one. So. My Bible translation, I use ESV. Man, we just turned into this whole talk about Christianity. How about that? Well, please, if you have any more questions, let me know. Oh, come on! Blink. How nice is them to get in the line for me? Heads up. Bro, Kathy, I know that's not JH. King James, that's cool. Am I human? Last time I checked.
Please. I've got a kid. You don't have to.
I don't have to. I just want to.
Okay, boss says no one gets past. Anything moves?
Yeah, the UA is really good. I like the style. Very comic book-esque.
The direct approach is suicide. Be smart. Find a different way past it.
Once again, appreciate you all for being... Who is this imposter? Appreciate you all for listening to me ramble on about Christianity, but...
Oh, look who it is! Are your pointy ears burning? I suppose I know more about what you're all saying.
Confused what you mean by atheist. Do you refer to people who were raised and or became agnostic, and non-religious people who just don't believe Christianity and other religions? Whoopsies, wrong way.
I know! Crazy! Stop him!
So what I'm talking about, atheist is simply those who do not believe that there is a God. Plain and simple. That's literally it. Just if you don't believe that there is a God, you are atheist. That's the definition of atheist right there. There is no God. It's as simple as that. It doesn't matter how you came to your belief, that is just your belief, right? Like, that's the definition of atheist.
Did you really think it was gonna be that easy, Bats? I've sent a few more of my boys your way. Let's see how you do.
I'll have to come back and search this area once I've cleared the room.
Alright, Emon, for one stream. I'm letting you be moderator for one stream. You're welcome. You're moderator for this stream. Because you asked nicely. I do have too many mods. That's why he's only going to be mod for like part of the stream. About it. Keep it in my next string. I'll put a rain check on that. But yeah, all right. See you, man. Yeah, rain check on that for sure. I'll make you my next stream. Maybe. I might. I might.
Joker must have figured out how.
Well, you do that then. Okay. Why is the stream so long? Why is the stream so long? Taking forever. But at least we're together. Why is the stream so long? When's the next stream? Probably Friday night. Because right now it's Thursday morning.
My genius has allowed me to easily hack into your primitive communication.
24-hour stream.
My goal is simple. You complete a series of
Any more questions, religion or otherwise? Hey, no problem, Cody. My pleasure. Let's go! If you be on this attempt, I'll show a pic of me with no hair. Lock in. No. Dude, by all means, fall asleep, Bencha. I will say, this has definitely improved. Frick! It's definitely improved my mood. So, what's your approach to Sewer Titan? Great question. Okay, so basically, it comes down to a few fundamentals. You want to be able to evade, but time your evades. Focus on the Titan. Be aware of your surroundings. Use the backlaw only when you know for a fact that you can. And try to use the electric walls. Shave your head. Okay, we got another one. Try to use the electric walls to your advantage. Take advantage of when he's also stunned. What do you think of Bible verses that contradict each other? Great question. Because yes, there are a lot of times where you're like, wait a minute, the Bible says here, but then why does it say it here? If you want to give an example, by all means, my sort of way I think about it is, at least for the gospel accounts, right? Let's say that there was a robbery, and one guy's like, dude, there was a dude who walked in there, robbed the bank, and left. And the other dude was like, no, there was two people. Two people went in there and left, right? And a third person says, no, it was a guy and his dog. What all three of them have in common is that there was a bank robbery, right? So maybe the details aren't the same, but the truth is the bank robbery still happened. No one's denying that. So maybe there are some inconsistencies in the Gospels. And maybe I can't explain why that's the case. Some of them can be true, both things can be true at the same time, right? Others, it's like, wait a minute, and I don't think I'm ever going to fully understand. But what I do know is that it still happened. Because they still point to the same thing. If that makes any sense. But if you want to give specific examples, by all means. Because I know there's stuff I'm like, I don't know if I can explain that. You know, there's a lot of stuff I'm going to be like, I don't know why it says it here, but then here differently. But please, but if you want to give an example, by all means. It's a tricky thing, though, you know? It's a tricky thing. But once again, it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. That's the key. If I were to rely on my own understanding, my understanding says I have to be good enough to go to heaven, right? So already we're off to a very strange start because we're just kind of denying that logic, because logic might say the Bible doesn't quite make sense, but logic also says that God's love doesn't make sense. You know, that's just the truth. So logic says that we don't deserve someone to die for us. Logic says that we should just be separated from God forever. But God says otherwise. And so I try to take that same logic. Let's go.
There's a supply of explosive.
Have we been talking about religion from the TRS? Yes, we have. I mean, y'all have some good questions. Well, is it about what's true, but our interpretation is sometimes wrong?
I need to search the area around the Batmobile.
Need some clarification on what you're talking about. It is about what's true, but our interpretation is sometimes wrong. Well, if our interpretation is, if you do enough good things, then you're going to go to heaven, that's not the right interpretation. And it's an interpretation that no one can truly satisfy. But Jesus. Oh, previous comments. It's all about our interpretation, not what is true. Do you believe in older swords like David and Goliath? Yeah, I think that happened. David really did take a rock and go whoop boing, and the dude fell over. It's interesting. If you the truth is, like, there are other like old texts that also refer to like a worldwide flood. You know, like, is it the Epic of Gilgamesh? Is that what it's called? But that refers to a worldwide flood. There's a lot of different accounts. Like, scientifically, the Ice Age could have very well happened because of the worldwide flood. You know, there's a lot of that. But yeah, I believe in David and Goliath. Moses? Yep. Real dude. Real thing. And it makes sense that Egypt would not want to keep that as a part of their history. I mean, think about it. You literally had a bunch of slaves completely destroy your people, right? Like, who built the Ark? Noah. Noah built the Ark. Yep. There's a reason why. I mean, no one likes to talk about the history of, like, the people. But also think about it. Egypt was one of the most powerful empires. And yet somehow a bunch of, like, barbarians from a different region somehow come over and invade? How is that possible? Well, maybe it's because they were weakened by a specific god who hit them with plagues. And then they lost their entire working people.
Why does he need
is it of any use praying for good luck? Let me rephrase that. The idea of prayer, right, is that it is a way for us to talk with God, right? And it's like, where's our heart posture? I'm not going to say, God, can I have $1 million, right? Because it's like this thing of, like, you know, it helps us center ourselves in the sense of, like, where are we relying on our peace and our understanding and all that, right? Are we trying to get it from our own stuff? Or are we saying, God, all of this is from you? Thank you for what you've given me. And also, please, you know, like, we acknowledge that it's all from God, right? Yeah, in the Red Sea, there are chariots on the sea from which Moses split the Red Sea. Exactly. Some people don't even believe in the Red Sea story. Some people don't. Some people think it's like, oh, they walked through, like, shallow water. I wouldn't say praying for good luck, but I am saying, like, one thing we want to pray is for, how do I say it? What is we pray for other people's well-being? Right. Because we know that God is capable of healing people. We know that God is capable of blessing people. And it's like the asking. We know that it's not from what we do. It's saying, you know, it's the acknowledgement, the posture of, we know that this comes from you. When people is healed, it is because of you, right? And so when we pray, it's a heart posture of humility. That's why people pray on their knees. It's like, I know that, you know, it comes from you, Father, right? Because, yeah, and so it's also, the key is not my will, but yours be done, right? Knowing that it's not our will, but it's what. Did you see Moses split the sea? I saw in the movie. That was pretty cool. Look up George Mueller. Great story about George Mueller. You look down or up when you pray. Ooh, sometimes down, sometimes up. It depends. Depends on my mood. Do you read comics? I have read some comics. Mostly DC, mostly Batman, but I read comics. Mostly I do with my eyes closed, but... Dude, to be there, though, at the Red Sea splitting, sick! That would be really cool if I could be there. I mean, I know that miracles are true. My mom, she had basically... So my mom was, if heaven is up and hell's down, shouldn't you always pray looking up? That's more of a cultural thing. We just assume that heaven is up and hell is down. That's not really a thing. Down is simply because it's like our heads bowed, you know? The only person that I should bow to in that, like, I can, like, obviously if there's like you can bow out of respect for someone, but truly the only person who's worthy of that level of praise is God, right? I can, what was the phrase? I can, oh shoot, what was it? Oh frick, I'm forgetting the phrase. Like, I can be respectful to rulers, but I only would bow for, like, in that way. For God, right? What was the question? Frick. So, hell down, heaven up is more of a cultural thing than anything rooted in truth. So, the truth is neither one is up or down. Like, that's the thing, the people who made the Tower of Babel were like, oh, if we just build high enough, we'll get to heaven. Well, no. That's not how it works. How did the table break? No one was even near it. Okay, we're just gonna ignore that. That's not fair, that's not fair, that's not fair. That's not fair! Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think we're done. Are we done? Do we do another one? This is not going anywhere, guys. I'm sorry, I'm too distracted. I think we're done. I need to get some sleep. Bro. What am I doing, bro? Oh, I'm so tired. Well, this was fun. This was fun. 223 hours, man. Plus 100. Oh gosh. I need hope. Okay, well, I'm gonna go to bed. Hopefully Friday night's better, but appreciate you all. Appreciate you all. I'll update the count. But thanks, guys. You did not come off as disrespectful, Mr. Frost, at all. If you have any more questions, please either reach out or talk to someone in person who knows stuff about this. But no, you trust me. I'm glad that you were curious. I'll be right back. I'm gonna update the stats. Still at 50%, but thank y'all. How long have I been streaming for? 3 hours? Cool. 4 hours more like, but no, you're okay, Cody. No worries. Don't sweat it. I'm tired. I need to go to class in a few hours, so. Alright, I'll see you guys Friday night, most likely. But, preach. See ya.